Hello everyone, welcome to BikeWale. I'm Prateek and today we are riding one of the coolest looking motorcycles ever made in India and for India. We're talking about the brand new Yezdi Scrambler. This motorcycle costs about 2.42 lakh rupees on the road in Mumbai, and it sits between the entry-level Yezdi Roadster and the top spec Yezdi Adventure. Now, if you look at the bike closely, you might think that it has a lot of design inspirations from Triumph Scrambler 900, and in a way you're right, because I also see a lot of inspiration from the British brand. But these motorcycles, two different motorcycles, two different kind of segments, and I don't think so that's a bad thing. So we have this motorcycle for a few hours, and we will ride it primarily off-road and understand how this motorcycle performs in the dirt. But before we tell you more about this motorcycle, please like and share this video and also subscribe to BikeWale, and also please don't forget to hit that bell notification icon. Yezdi got it right with the overall body proportions of the Scrambler. There's not a lot of bulk, nor does the bike look slim. Things like high-placed front fender, dual-purpose tires, and that large single seat makes a motorcycle look off-road ready. The four gaiters and the spoke wheels add quite a bit of rugged flavor. Now, in order to give the bike an urban touch, Yezdi have made this bike available in plenty of cool-looking colors, 6 to be precise. There are 3 single-tone colors, orange, olive, and yellow, and there are 3 dual-tone ones, which is blue, green, and red. Now, before we take the Yezdi Scrambler on the dirt trails, I wanted to show you how easy it is to access a motorcycle. So the overall seat height, it's not bad, it's pretty accessible. And now the overall seating triangle, I mean, it's more urban because it has a really wide handlebar. I really like such handlebar because it gives you so much more control. The foot pegs are center set, but I see one problem. The problem here is there's a knee recessed pads for to grip it, but unfortunately I'm not able to do it. My knee is going much further than the actual grip. I also want to show you the overall stand-up ergos, but I might not be able to do it right now. I might have to take Ajinkya's help. Yeah, Ajinkya, just help me out. So, well, it's a Scrambler, so I need to ride it off-road. But the overall standing up ergonomics, it's not really friendly. The main problem I see is this panel. It's coming out too much. As a result, I'm not able to take my knee very close to the fuel tank, and that means I have no grip when I'm going off-road. The other thing is the handlebar position is tilted towards me, but that is fixable. I just need to adjust it over, with an Allen key. That's doable. But yeah, in terms of overall seating ergonomics, it's natural. It's more of CT oriented. But yeah, I mean the stand-up ergonomics, it didn't look that great, but I will find it out when I take it off-road. Now that I've told you how is it to sit and move the bike, I think it's time to ride it off-road. But let me just talk about the engine first. The Scrambler gets all its power from a 334cc single-seat liquid-cooled engine. It's the same engine that we see on the Java Perak. So the power figures are similar at 29 bhp and peak torque of around 28 Newton meters. The gearbox too is a 6-speed unit, but Yezdi says that they have worked on the gearbox to suit the bike's Scrambler nature. While we can't really compare these two gearboxes in this short ride, but I can say that the gearbox on the Yezdi offers super smooth shifts and it feels kind of sporty. This motor is also refined. There are no vibes initially, but you will feel some of it as you get closer to higher revs, something you might not do often while riding off-road. The power delivery is linear and kinda nice for a motorcycle this size, but we'll tell you how it performs on the road when we get the bike for a longer duration. Now, can the bike go scrambling? Can it really switch from the urban character to an off-road one? Well, First thing first, the bike doesn't really have the ground clearance that is needed for hardcore off-road fun, and travel on the front suspension is not too much. So this clearly suggests that the Yezdi Scrambler is more of an urban city bike. But to be honest, I had a lot of fun with the Scrambler. The motorcycle is super easy to ride. You can maneuver the way you want it. The wide handlebar allows you to have more control off-road. While the turning radius is quite large, the bike gives you the option to just slide the rear and get a quick turn done. This is obviously only possible in the off-road ABS, where there is no ABS activated at the rear wheel. And like I mentioned earlier, the overall stand-up ergonomics aren't that great, but nevertheless, you still jump the bike. Not just once, but many times. We also did some slides and the bike managed to do all of it. Now that you know the Yezdi Scrambler is a fun off-road bike, do you think it is a better off-road bike than Yezdi's full-blown adventure motorcycle? Well, stay tuned to BikeWale's Yezdi Adventure review. So we have ridden the new Yezdi Scrambler for only about an hour, and we did that only in off-road conditions. But there are a couple of things I really liked about the new Yezdi Scrambler. The first thing which I really loved is actually the way it looks. It looks stunning, especially in this yellow paint scheme, the matte yellow paint scheme. It's very attractive, and I'm sure it's going to turn a lot of heads when it's being ridden in the city, in the urban conditions. Second thing I really liked about the Scrambler is it's so easy to ride off-road. I mean, the overall weight distribution, it's perfect. It's easy to tip in. You have a really wide handlebar, so that gives you a lot of leverage. And then you also have the off-road ABS mode. It's a mode that I really enjoyed being in. In fact, that's the only mode I was riding this entire trail on. So what it does is, there's no ABS at the back, so you end up sliding all the time. And the credit also goes to that engine. I mean, it has tons of torque in the low revs, and that is what you need, especially in a tight, compact trails like we have at 19 degrees north. So that is one thing I really liked about the Yezdi Scrambler. The only thing I actually didn't like is the firm setup at the back. It's just too stiff, and when you're riding in dirt conditions, you end up, there are a lot of bad patches throughout the circuit, right? So your back ends up taking a lot of beating, and that's how I got a little bit of fatigue as well. But overall, in the 1 hour of riding which we managed to do with the Yezdi Scrambler, I think it's a great product. It's a lot of fun product. Plus the styling, the brand, and the engine performance, it has made this motorcycle so aspirational. And at the kind of price point this bike comes in, I think you have nothing in the market. So if you're in the market for a really cool looking motorcycle, something you want to go off-road, if you want to ride off-road a lot, but you don't really want an adventure, you don't want really the high curb width of an adventure bike, I think this is the motorcycle to go. But having said that, we are yet to ride this bike on the road, and we will do it when we have the motorcycle for a few more days back in our office in Mumbai. And when that happens, we will give you a proper exhaustive review of the new Yezdi Scrambler. So thank you so much for watching, and do like and share this video.